That's right. I'm ready to give up my guns. But before I hand them over, I ask for only one thing. Hi, I'm Joe Yeager, certified instructor and founder of Executive Gun, where safe and responsible gun ownership begins. On October 7th, 2023, the most supposedly on alert and militarily at the ready nation in the world was infiltrated and attacked by terrorists. It was 50 years and a day after the last time they were caught completely by surprise and attacked on all fronts by their enemies. I remember that fateful day in 1973. It was Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the Jewish calendar. I was 6 years old and lived in Tel Aviv. Everyone was at the local synagogue praying and fasting. My father was at our local temple, which was right across the street from our apartment building. I was visiting a friend a few blocks away when the sirens went off. My friend's mom walked me back home, and I could see the droves of men and women flowing out of the temple and the surrounding buildings, military gear in tow, and rushing to the respective military bases to receive orders and engage the enemy. It was total chaos. Israel was at war once again. This time, however, is very different. It's one thing to attack armed soldiers. It's another to kill civilians in the streets and in their homes. And if they're not killed, they're abducted and taken across the border as a bargaining chip and paraded around to be beaten and tortured by the local mob. These citizens are not only Israeli, but from different countries, including the U.S. What I'm curious about is why a nation that is constantly under threat limits its citizens from privately owning weapons of equal proportion to those they are currently being attacked with. They're limited to owning handguns and have to jump through hoops to even get those. How are they supposed to fight back and protect their families and communities against such an organized and brutal invasion? Now, you may wonder what that has to do with me being ready to give up my guns. It has everything to do with it. Our right to keep and bear arms has been under attack for decades, never more so than now, all in the name of keeping our communities safe. How will they keep citizens safe from militants, terrorists, cartels, gangs, and the mentally ill? By letting everyone come into the country without knowing if they're friend or foe? By disarming the people who are no threat to begin with? Perhaps by expecting less than 700,000 law enforcement personnel to protect a nation of 350 million citizens? We saw how well that worked in 2020. What is going on in Israel right now makes 2020 looks like a walk in the park. Yet, in 2020, there was a record number of new gun owners. If what happened in Israel happened in your country and thousands of trained terrorists armed with assault weapons ran through your neighborhood, shooting people in the streets and in their homes, would you rely on law enforcement and the government to keep you safe? How much of a chance do you think you'll have with just a pistol? And those of you who believe in diplomacy and that you can appeal to the attacker's human side and reason with them, good luck. If the most ready nation in the world can't do it, what makes you think your government can? Now, whether you agree with me or not is your choice. If you don't believe in guns or prefer to let law enforcement and the government deal with it, it's your right, and I respect it. But if you want me to give up my guns, I ask for only one thing: an ironclad guarantee in writing and with documented proof that should evil in whatever form appears at my door or the door of any of my loved ones, wherever they may be, someone who is qualified to protect them will come to the rescue immediately and make sure they are unharmed. Unless you can provide me with such a guarantee, I'll take on that responsibility and stay well equipped to defend myself, my family, and community to the best of my ability. If I fail, so be it. But at least I gave us a chance. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and watch the next video right here. Train hard, often, and safely, and I'll see you at the range.